have the Ethernet adapter because it's softball and baseball. Huh? Depending. If it's a good one.
So we're still sitting down here?
That's up to you. You guys can come back up there.
I'm good with whatever.
welcome to Schufer Gymnasium and John Lynch Court, where we bring today's matchup between the Lenoir-Rhyne University Bears and the University of Virginia Wise Cavaliers. Bears come into this matchup at 9-15, 7-11 in the sack. Cavaliers 9-15, 7-11 in the sack. I'm Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. How are you feeling today, Chris?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to watch this basketball game today. They're wearing the pink for Play for K. That's going to be a big thing today. A ton of survivors coming out onto the court for pre-game, so that's going to be interesting to see.
Yes, and you mentioned it's a very emotional day. Good day here for a very tight and very competitive basketball game. You got two teams sporting the exact same record, both out of conference, in conference. It doesn't matter how you look at it. These two teams are very tight, and last time they played, it was a 6-point win for the Bears. And Madeline Hardy's not here like she was last time, so you expect the Bears to have to work for this win as well.
Yeah, I don't think you can stress enough the loss of Madeline Hardy for this Bears team. She was just, it seemed like the heart and soul. She could play bully ball, and you love to watch her. She could just take over games. But now that puts more stress on Carly Bearden. You know, it seems like she's just carrying for this team. She's the most consistent every single game. And I said a couple games ago in their win against Queens, I wanted to see more out of Hannah McClung. You know, 2 games ago in a loss against Carson Newman, you know, they didn't play great, 66-102, you know, not great. But I think a bright spot was Hannah McClung had 16 points. 4 were threes, but we're not seeing that every game. And I want to see her shoot the ball more. I think she's a great shooter, and this team can make space for themselves. It's just go to the basket. I want to see it, and we haven't seen it all season. They can come out and play aggressive defense, and just what are we going to see today?
Exactly. We got under 40 seconds before starting lineups are announced, so let's bring to you some of the starting lineups that we have. Up first for the UVA Wise Cavaliers, you have Caitlin Ross at point guard. Then you have Hannah Oliver. Then you have Nia Vanzant, Kaylee Johnson, and last but not least, Ada Stanley. For the UVA Wise Cavaliers, that's your starting lineup. Now for the Bears, you have Hannah McClung at guard, Ashley Woodruff at guard, Kennedy Waite at guard, Carly Bearden at forward, and Nakia Hooks at forward as well. That's your starting lineup for both teams. A little bit of a change for the Bears. Hooks getting a big-time start today. Freshman's going to play some big minutes. They get ready to honor some of the victims coming onto the court here. As we said, Play for K Day. Tough matchup. Both teams making a tunnel, playing for a bigger cause than just the game, even though this one is an important game.
Yeah, that's amazing to see. I don't know if there's anybody on this planet that hasn't been affected by cancer in some way. So this is just amazing to see by the school and what they're putting on to spread awareness.
We honor some of the women as they walk onto the court and through this player-made tunnel, and we'll honor them. But as we said, there's an important game going on today. The Bears, they're on a 3-game losing streak, and they're looking to snap out of it. They had a tough loss last time out against Coker, and you've went through the rough part of the schedule. You got Anderson and Carson Newman back-to-back. You get Coker, and you lose a tough one. Your offense struggles. But for the Bears, that's been kind of the story of their season, only shooting 37% on the season. It's been very up and down for them. So tonight, what are you looking for to kind of help the Bears get unlocked offensively?
You know, the Bears are in a 3-game skid, but we've seen that earlier in the season. You know, they can get out of it. I think this is a very good game. You know, same record, same everything with this team. They beat them earlier in the season. I talked to some of the players earlier, and they're confident that they can come out and win like every team should. And a couple players I want to highlight. Hannah McClung, I want to see more consistency. I want to see her shooting the ball, driving to the basket. She's a great free throw shooter. Now, just drive to the basket. I think putting her on the line and getting the ball in the hoop is the great, is probably the best way to bring her confidence up. Carly Bearden, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, it seems like she's just carrying this team, the most consistent we have seen. And then Addison DeLucas in the Carson Newman loss, 13 points. That was another bright spot that I saw. You know, the offense wasn't playing great, but, you know, you got to take something out of the loss. And I think Addison DeLucas was a great bright spot with 13 points there. And you can't forget Nakia Hooks getting the start today. She had 8 rebounds and 9 points in the loss against Coker this weekend. And there's not a whole lot of scoring. 9 points is a big-time deal. So I'm looking for those 4 Bears to really step up today.
And this should be a very tight, competitive game. See right there on your screen, players surrounding some of the survivors and just kind of showing what Play for K-Day is about. The pink uniforms will be out. Everybody loves when you get to rock the pink unis. It's going to be a fun day in here. I'm excited for it. And for the Bears, they've got a lot on their plate. This is a UVA-wise team that, yes, they come in here 9-15 like you, but they've got some big-time wins on their resume. They beat number 18 in the nation at the time, Catawba, by 11. So this is a team that can get up to the occasion, but the Bears will look to show up today. I expect big impacts all over. So we get ready for national anthems and starting lineups here. We're going to take a look at center court, honor more survivors, Play for K-Day, big time event around women's basketball. I mean, like you said, you can't count the number of people that have been affected by cancer, and just to have a day like this where you can spotlight the people who have made it through it and the ones who are pushing to make it better, that's always a great day.
Absolutely. You couldn't say it any better.
At this time, we ask you to please rise. If you are able, remove your hats and honor America and the brave men and women who served or who have served in our armed forces.
And as they get ready to announce the starting lineups on the court, I want you to give me your bold prediction for this game today.
I think this is going to be a really, really close game. I think we're going to see the points probably in the higher 60s. Both of these teams are really, really close. We mentioned same record overall and in the conference. And these last 4 games, including today, they're just every game is crucial now. You know, you're starting to find out who you want in these big-time situations. And I think both teams are really looking for, I guess, that factor.
I agree with you. I think this one can get a little bit of high scoring. The Bears playing at home have a little bit of excitement. You're rocking the new uniforms. I say the bold prediction is the Bears get over 9 threes, so double digits in three-pointers today. Get a little bit of pace in the game and knock down some shots, something we haven't seen a lot from the Bears, but I think will be very important if we want to see a consistent performance out of this team.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the UVA-wise Cavaliers. You know, they're coming off of a huge Queens win. You know, Nia Vanzit coming off 30 points. Caitlin Ross, 21 points. This is a very, very good scoring team. You know, they're averaging 73 points a game, and that's 10 more than LR. And they're a really good three-point team, shooting about 32%. And Sunita Webb averaging 12.1 rebounds per game. You're going to have to keep her eye on. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on her today. And also Kaylee Johnson, 18 points against Lincoln Memorial. You know, those are some big-time players that if you're looking at the stats from the Lenoir-Rhyne side, you know, that's kind of scary. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Bears do today, playing in the pink uniforms, playing with some, you know, just playing with some hype. I want to see them get after it today.
I agree. I think it's going to be high intensity. One more time for you, for the Cavaliers. Caitlin Ross, Hannah Oliver, Kaylee Johnson, Ada Stanley, and Nia Vanzit. Those are your starters for the Cavaliers. And then for the Bears, Hannah McClung, Ashley Woodruff, Kennedy Waite, Carly Bearden, and Nakia Hooks. Let's get this started off as Bearden and Johnson will tip it up. Cavaliers poke it out, and it looks like they're going to call it off from McClung. A correction. Refs talk it over, and the Bears will get to start with possession.
Yeah, personally, I thought that went off of McClung, but, you know, the Bears get a break 2 seconds into the game. We'll see what they can do with it here.
McClung up top looks to set up the offense. Dribbles over to the right. Hooks looking inside. That's going to be a place I expect the Bears to attack all day. But a quick turnover, and now Johnson bringing it up the court. Loses possession. Is able to gather it, and now outside. Up top for Ross.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Ross there, getting her hands up. They're going to have to watch out for her today as a missed three from Hannah Oliver out in the corner.
Bearden gets the rebound, pushes it up to Woodruff, who swings it back. Now around Woodruff, fakes a dribble handoff and turns the corner. Bearden unable to control it, but wait, out top, that's her shot, and left it a little short.
You know, I don't think we talked enough pregame about Kennedy Waite and what she can do for this team. She is lethal from the three-point line, and she can shoot from about anywhere. I'd trust her for shooting from the logo.
Outside, three-pointer coming up, and that's knocked down by Oliver. First bucket of the game goes to the Cavaliers. Woodruff turns the speed on and goes around the corner and draws the foul. Something we're going to have to watch all day. You can't rest a second when Woodruff has the ball in her hands. She's a blur out there.
Yeah, Woodruff is a very dynamic player, and she's not afraid to drive to the hoop and take a hit, and you see that really early on.
Woodruff stepping up to the line. Freshman's had big-time season. Been up and down, but shooting has been what's really unlocked her game so far. She knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, she's definitely a bright spot for this LR Bears team, and it's going to be interesting to see what her next year's, like how she can grow as a player, how much better she can get, and even through the rest of this season and the conference.
McClung steals the rebound, and now gets the Bears a new 20 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to look to set something up. Swings it to Hook on the elbow. She carries the feet a little bit. That's a travel. Possession will go over to the Cavaliers. Bears still looking to get a first bucket of the game.
Yeah, you see Bearden and Waite were sitting right in the corner. I don't know if I like that for Carly Bearden. I want to see her on the post and shooting the ball.
Johnson with it up top. Dribble handoff now to Ross. Pulls up. Nice soft touch. Gets it to fall. Second bucket of the game for the Cavaliers. McClung pushing up. Passes back. Look inside. Hooks. Nice finish and a good pass right there by Bearden.
Absolutely a great pass, and that's what she can do. She's just a Swiss Army knife as the ball goes off her leg into the stands. But, you know, she's just doing everything for this team, and it's so cool to see. Like, Madeline Hardy, losing her was a big loss, but Carly Bearden has put on the backpack, and she's not afraid to do whatever she needs to do to win.
Bears with a little bit of confusion at the top. Johnson gets an open look, unable to get the fall. Bearden lets it go, and Van Zant tries to throw it back, but steps out. And for Carly Bearden, she's the only senior on this team, so you got to believe when one of your top players goes down, you expect your senior to step up, and that she has been very dominant down the stretch of these last 5 games or so. And if she gets on the jumper, it's a different game. Woodruff drives in, kicks it around. McClung, three-pointer, left is short, but Bearden chases it, unable to grab the rebound. Ross comes out of the pack, looking to move it now. Kicks it out to Van Zant. Baseline goes up, unable to get the bucket to roll, and the Bears control it. Wait, now looking for some help.
You know, there's not a lot of points on the board yet, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Bears. You know, Hannah McClung not afraid to take shots. Kennedy Waite pulling up from a 3, passing on the inside. Bearden from the post. Man, that is just her spot. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Carly Bearden can knock it down if she gets her feet set, and that's a shot she's comfortable taking all night. But the Cavaliers waste no time. They get it up to Johnson, who banks it in. Nice touch right there. Cavaliers stay on top, 7-5 here. I like the pace. It's picking up a little bit. Inside the hook, she goes up and gets it to fall. Her second bucket of the game, big-time bucket. Ties us up at 7. Bears rocking a little 2-2-1 pressure here. Get it inside. Move. Stanley carries the feet. Turnover there. And we'll have substitutions coming in now as Kiera Moore, Alyssa Wagner, and Blair Barefoot all come into the game.
Yeah, almost a whole new squad here. That's an interesting move by Coach Cam Seeley, but, you know, we've seen through the entire year that they love subbing out and almost a full squad sub. So we'll see what they can do.
Blairfoot moves it around, tries to sneak a pass into Bearden, but Stanley getting a hand in there, deflecting out play. 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
Barefoot's also played very good for the Bears this season. You know, I think Coach Cam Seeley really trusts her late in the situations. As we saw against Queens, had a little...
Looks like we got a little blood situation right there. We're going to get that wrapped up and handled as Johnson gets a little bit of tape. And McClung will inbound it underneath. Tied up 7-7 here, 6:22 left in the first quarter. Bears run the action set and get it inside. Barefoot comes into the middle of the lane. Bearden step through. Nice bucket right there. Footwork by the senior.
You can tell every player was looking to get it to Carly Bearden there. I don't know if that was the exact play set up, but, you know, everybody was just looking, and Carly Bearden, great player, created her own space and put it down.
Swings it outside. Deep 3 on the way. Unable to get it to go. And that one was off of a hand. It'll be Bears ball. Good start right here. Nakia Hooks will check back in. We get a replay of that last little sequence underneath. McClung just looking for somebody to find a scramble drill. And Bearden composed, steps through and kisses it off the glass. Moore with it on the elbow now. Bears trying to set up some sets. You can see them getting inside a lot early. Barefoot steps back for the three-pointer, shooting with confidence. That's something the Bears need to do a lot of here.
Yeah, if you can get a great look, I would definitely pull it up. And you see the Bears not hesitating as much. You know, about 4 or 5 games ago, all I saw was really hesitation. They'd have lanes, and they just wouldn't take it. They'd want to pass it out. But now they're driving to the hoop. They're taking their shots. And this could make this Bears team really dangerous heading into the tournament if they can just trust themselves.
Johnson with it up top, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbling around, got to get a shot up. Moore with the block and then gets the rebound. McClung now looking to push the tempo. Barefoot with it on the wing, wanting to get inside. They're going to swing it around. Hooks, gathers, goes up. Unable to get it to fall, but rebound is gathered by Ross.
Hooks has looked really, really good in the paint so far. You know they're trying to get it to her. She could put up some big-time points and some easy buckets that the Bears really need early on in this game as well as later. As we see a bucket by Ada Stanley.
Ada Stanley right there running the pick and roll to perfection, getting a nice good look inside. Bears look to answer, swing it around to Barefoot. McClung gets it. She's going to dribble up top, come off a little screen. Moore with it at the free throw line. 12 seconds left on the shot clock as McClung dribbles inside, pulls up for the jumper, and that's silky smooth. Bears take an 11-9 lead. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And that's what I was talking about, the Bears trusting themselves. Hannah McClung's had a really quiet season, but now she's starting to shoot the ball, and I think Coach Seeley has told her to do that. As we see a three.
Nia Van Zant getting involved in the action. McClung not waiting around, getting it going, and Kiera Moore with it up top. Going to wave Blair Barefoot through. Trying to set it up, almost a miscommunication. What a catch by Barefoot. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Bears trying to set something up. Hooks with it on the elbow. Dribbles through. Nice tough take, but it gets blocked by Stanley. Van Zant with it running on the fast break. Crosses over. Looks to go up, and it's out of bounds. He's going to call that one off of Alyssa Wagner. That'll take us to our first media timeout here. The Bears are down 1, 3:22 left in the first quarter. We'll be back on the Bears Sports Network. Back here on the Bears Sports Network. Bears down 12-11 early on here. Chris, what have you liked that you've seen so far?
I've liked what I've seen from both teams. Both teams are not afraid to take shots. I've seen Hannah McClung for the Bears, just kind of getting after it, being able to shoot shots and trusting herself, which we didn't see really early on in the season. She wanted to pass it out, and now she's driving to the hoop. She's taking shots. And then on the UVA Wise Cavaliers, they're a really good three-point team, and they're not afraid to shoot it. We've seen that early on, and, I'm looking for that to continue. Quite a few points put up in the first quarter here. We'll see if that has anything to do with the end of the game.
So Lainey Fox checks in for the first time for the Bears. Right now you got Waite, Fox, Moore, Wagner, and Barefoot on the court for the Bears. Swinging around, Johnson within the corner. Looks inside Stanley, but Barefoot comes across with the steal, looking to push the pace. She moves it up a little bit out of control, but keeps possession.
Some really good three-point shooters on the court right now. Fox and Waite as they're dishing it inside to Moore.
Moore with the nice little move there. Good footwork. Little dream shake, shall you say. Gives the Bears the lead back. First bucket of the day for Moore.
Yeah, that was really good movement right there. But I am expecting with this lineup right now to shoot a couple more threes. We have Waite, Fox, and then Barefoot is also a pretty good shooter.
Van Zant moving it around up top. Ross from deep. Unable to get it to go. And correction, that was Oliver. We'll get a travel underneath. Defensively, we've seen some travels on both sides, but I think the Bears, they're doing a good job of forcing the Cavaliers to either have everything really wide. They're having to take deep threes or start out their possessions from almost half court.
Yeah, the Bears can't let them get inside. If they're letting them get inside, it almost turns into easy buckets, but we see Oliver not afraid to shoot that from the logo. So
Wagner pulls up for the jumper, and that's silky smooth. 15-12. The Bears are coming alive a little bit offensively. A lot of mid-range, getting inside the pressure. Cavaliers give it across. Ross with it, kicks it to the corner. Inside to Stanley, and what a pass right there by Wood. Getting her first action of the game and just shoveled it off to a wide-open Stanley. Kind of calms the storm for the Cavaliers. Waite driving inside, tough take, but she gets it to go. She said she's more than a three-point shooter today, isn't she?
Yeah, she's wanting to drive it in there, and that's what I like to see too, that you can be versatile and you can do more than one thing.
Fox gets a hand on it and causes this deflection that makes a turnover. Good play right there by the Bears. Long pass, and Fox showing some athleticism, getting the hand out causing the turnover now. 17-14, a minute 40 left here in the first quarter. Bears just trying to take control and really keep this pace right here where they want it. Fox with it up top now. Barefoot. Wait for a couple screens. Finds Waite. Waite shoots it up, but a foul will be called inside as Oliver gets called for running through the screen on Kiara Moore. Kind of like that play set up by the Bears. A little bit of elevator door action.
Yeah, Kiara Moore really took a shoulder to the gut right there. Props to her for standing in for that. I know I'm definitely not going to sign up for that.
Swing it around, Barefoot in the corner. Knocks it down. And these Bears, they're shooting it pretty well today. Up now 20-14. Good offensive action. And the pressure, it's having its effect. A save right there by Oliver. Gets it to Wood. She kicks it up top to Ross. Another deflection. Van Zant keeps her footing. Drives inside. Tough take over Moore and gets it to roll.
Both defenses are playing really, really hard right now, and it's fun to watch. But Lenoir-Rhyne playing at a different speed than we've seen really all year. And once they play at another team's speed, it usually doesn't work out for them, as we see Kiara Moore down in the paint getting another bucket.
Bears up 22-16, under 30 to go here in the first quarter. Van Zant on the wing looking to push the tempo, get inside, swing it around. Oliver keeps her pivot foot down. Van Zant driving in a little Euro step and a tough bucket there. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock's turned off, and Coach Seeley's calling out a play, trying to get the Bears the final shot. Waite dribbles it around, kicks it to Fox. Fox pulls from deep with confidence and knocks it down. 25 points here in the first quarter. Lainey Fox caps off the first quarter with a bucket. Three-pointer not able to go by Ross, and what a quarter for the Bears. They're up 25-18. We'll take a quick break here and be back on the Bear Sports Network. We're back here on the Bear Sports Network. Bears up 25-18. And a nice fury to end the first quarter there, Chris.
Yeah, great run for the Bears as we're seeing a replay here. Dishing out to the three-point line. Fox hitting it, make it 25-18. You know, Coach Jamie Klusman for the Cavaliers was really ripping into their team, saying they need to play closer and better defense. And this is the hardest I've seen the Bears really come out and play in that first quarter.
They're really getting a lot of open shots here. Ross with it up top now. Let's see if the Cavaliers have an answer. But early on a travel.
Yeah, just a little miscue right there. Can't have that happen later in the game. Still early. It's not killing them right now.
Fox goes to McClung for the Bears on the floor. McClung, Fox, Waite, Bearden, and Woodruff. McClung comes off of a screen. Bears looking to set up a play here. Waite up top, steps back, three-pointer, gets it to fall.
Kennedy Waite definitely not afraid to shoot that three. I think she's got the confidence to pull up from half court if she really wants. And Woodruff with a great steal.
Woodruff now pushing it up into the open court. Back to Fox, another three from her. Just off the side of the rim. Ross with the rebound and pushes it up the floor. Looks up, miscommunication. Wood, easy bucket there by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, great vision to pass it in there to Wood, down in the paint, easy bucket. That's what you need for the Cavaliers right now to close back in on the Bears.
McClung trying to get it inside, but nice steal right there by Ross. She's out and running. Goes up and gets it to fall.
McClung went for the block, just couldn't get there. This is the Bears playing at the other team's speed right now. It's just not how they play.
Another turnover, and Ross with it. Going to look to gather the team. Comes off Woods, left open again, drives inside and gets the and one to fall. Defensive miscommunications right now is killing the Bears. As long as some turnovers on the offensive side, they got it. They got to correct this pretty quickly.
You know, we're going to see a replay of that down in the paint, getting the bucket, and just a little slap on the wrist there is going to put her to the line. And, you know, the Bears, they're really just playing at the other team's speed. They need to take a breath, relax, set up their plays like they were in the first quarter, and then put the ball in the basket.
Wood left that one a little short. Waite gets it in the corner, pulls up for the short corner jumper, unable to get it to go. Now Ross with the ball, looking to push it up the floor. And Cavaliers on a 6-0 run here. Another bucket, make it 8-0 run. Cuts the lead down to 2.
Cavaliers just slicing up this Bears defense right now.
Woodruff gets it up on the wings, going to come off of a screen. Bears trying to set something up as Coach Seeley calls out a play. Swinging it around, Woodruff up top, looking for Bearden on the inside. Turns, jumper, gets it to fall.
Yeah, that is just her spot. I don't know if she ever misses from there. It seems like we're just always calling Carly Bearden's name. She's always in the mix.
Bears now dropping into a little bit of a zone. Ross pulling up with confidence, unable to get the fall. And Fox goes and snatches the rebound. Now McClung pushing up to Woodruff, going with some speed and gets through, but they're going to call the offensive foul. It's a tough one right there. I thought Woodruff might have slid by the defender.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Kiara Moore come in right now. Some more height under the bucket. Got an interesting setup right now. You got Carly Bearden, Kennedy Waite, who's great from the three-point line. A couple different weapons in right now.
Kick ball right there by Waite as the Cavaliers advance it over past the Bears' little 2-2-1 pressure that they're showing. Trying to speed up the game. Tatum McBride also checking into the game for the first time.
She hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year, but, you know, she's definitely working her tail off to try and get in and prove herself whenever she does get the chance.
Bears sitting in a 2-3 zone now, making the Cavaliers have to work it around and not allowing any shots inside. A pass to the corner. Drive. Kicks it back out. Swings up top to Van Zant. Johnson with it. Ross. Inside to Johnson. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Bucket there for the Cavaliers. They've been on fire to start this second quarter. 2-point game again.
All the Cavaliers were hanging out on the three-point line, and there was nobody inside. I was really expecting to see someone dive in and try and get an easy layup.
McClung answers with the straightaway bomb. 33-28 score here.
I think that game against Carson Newman with 16 points really boosted her confidence.
Johnson swings it over to Ross. Ross now dribbles it around, swings it to Johnson. Wood with it in the corner. She's had a couple big plays. Over, Oliver for 3, can't get it to fall. Good box out by Kiara Moore, and now McClung with it looking up, trying to push the ball up the floor. Swings it to Bearden. Goes inside to Moore, and a tough block by Wood.
Yeah, she definitely got up for that one.
Oliver swings it over to Johnson. Game kind of settling in. Good drive inside and a nice block, but somehow Johnson ends up with the rebound. The ball is all over the floor. People are scrambling all over the place. And we'll get a quick stoppage as the shot clock will reset to 30. A replay. The last little sequence here. Going inside. Johnson ain't able to get to go, but somehow gets the rebound on her back.
Yeah, great hustle by both teams you're seeing right here. Everybody diving for the ball. Nobody wants to give it up. Everybody wants to score.
pass inside. Now we got 30 seconds reset on the shot clock. So Van Zant going to work on McBride. Spins inside, good move, and can't get it to fall, so Moore secures the rebound.
Yeah, a couple bad breaks for the Cavs. You know, they've taken really good three-pointers, or they've had really good looks at it, and they just haven't got it to fall as Carly Bearden again. Wow.
That turnaround jumper is money. She's been doing that one all year, and if she gets to turn over that right shoulder, it's going in.
It's unblockable, it seems like.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Ross drives inside and gets a foul call. That'll go on McBride, her first. And that's the third of the quarter for the Bears. Alyssa Wagner will check in for Kennedy Waite. 35-28, 5:09 to go until halftime, and it's been a good-paced game, a lot of good ball.
Yeah, the Bears definitely playing at a different speed than we've seen them play all year, as she's going to get fouled and head to the line. That's 4 fouls. Wow. Got to clean up those mistakes for later in the game. Can't get yourself into foul trouble here.
Katrina Wood has had a pretty good performance so far in this first half. Steps up to the line, looking to get some more points on the board for the Cavs. Knocks down the first one, 29-35.
They're shooting 70% from the free throw line this year.
Wood misses the second one, and Moore secures the rebound. McClung looking up, trying to push the pace. Swings into the corner. McBride dumps inside to Bearden, steps through, but is going to get called for the travel. That's a rare sight we see on Carly Bearden.
We're going to head into the break. Media timeout.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, 5 minutes to go until halftime, and the Bears are up 35-29. It's been very tight, very competitive. Chris, I see you've gotten the stats over there. Read them off to me.
Yeah, I think we see dominating the game so far, Carly Bearden with 8 points. And then on the UVA Y side, you know it's a little bit more even scoring. We see Nia Vanzit with 7, Caitlin Ross with 6, and then everybody's just within that 4 to 5 range. Nobody really stepping out like Carly Bearden. Hannah McClung, 5 points. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. 11 total rebounds by each team. And that was something big that I thought, you know, if they're driving to the basket or shooting those deep threes, rebounds are definitely going to play a big factor in this game.
Cavaliers get it across. They're going to swing it to the corner. Oliver gets it now. Moving it around. Zone is very active for the Bears, but Johnson gets an open look straight away and cashes the three.
Yeah, looking at the stats here, 20 points in the paint compared to LR's 10. That's something that I didn't really notice until I saw the stat sheet. But dominating the paint and getting those rebounds is going to be big in the end of this game.
Skip pass to McBride in the corner. She's going to put one up, and that is bottoms of the net.
Catch and shoot. That's all you need to do on the three-point line if you got the space for it.
Bears answer back quickly. Swing it across. 20 seconds left on the shot clock here. So we got a battle going on. Ross drives in on McBride. Inside, and she'll get the foul. Physical play. McBride. That'll be her second foul, 5th foul of the quarter for the Bears. Barefoot will come into the game. And Caitlin Ross will step up to the free throw line.
Yeah, 6 points already, putting them on the free throw line. Great free throw shooting team. And just 5 fouls compared to 0 in this quarter. That's just That's just way too many. It's going to catch up with them at the end of this game.
One of the things that you said that's sticking out to me is points in the paint, and then now looking at the foul situation, seems like UVA Wise is getting downhill and attacking more.
Well, I think they've just had a couple more gaps, and they've seen it. They've really spread them out, their players on the three-point line, and they're really just driving to the basket.
Blairfoot now with it up top, looking to swing it around. 15 on the shot clock for the Bears. Fake inside to Moore. She goes up with the left hand. Can't get it to go with Bearden with the rebound. Wagner outside and unable to gather it are the Bears, but they're going to get a jump ball, which possession will stay here. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
I think if they would have looked over to their right, Tatum McBride on the three-point line had quite a bit of space. You know, she coming off that last three, you know, she's starting to heat up. I'd definitely give her another shot at shooting the ball.
Bears get it into Bearden. She goes up in the middle of the lane, and soft touch gets the shooter's roll.
You cannot give her any space down in the paint. She will take advantage of it.
Oliver gets it across. Now back to Ross. Bears up 40-33. 3:15 until halftime. Van Zant on the wing. Gets it to Johnson in the corner. Ross, not a whole lot of activity on the offensive side for the Cavaliers, but Van Zant gets inside. Back outside, Johnson. Unable to get that one to fall. Big-time rebound. That'll stay here. Dribbled it off the foot of Wagner. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Ross will take it out.
See nobody down. Everybody on the three-point line. Who's going to drive in or take the shot?
Van Zandt to take the shot, but she can't get it to fall. A foul is going to be called. I think one of the problems you spoke on it when you're playing a zone is finding a man to box out, and the Bears are struggling to find out who they're supposed to pick up on the rebounds and getting to them on some of these offensive rebounds.
Yeah, you'll see one of the guards come down, and it'll draw the attention and they'll start to get double teamed. Well, that's going to leave somebody open. You know, there's not 6-on-5 out there. It's 5-on-5. So if somebody's not guarding somebody, there's always going to be an open player, and I think they're doing a pretty good job of finding it. They're just not getting the shots to go down right now.
Johnson gets that one to fall, gives her 8 points on the day. Barefoot swings it up to Moore into the corner. Wait, just entered the game, left it a little flat, but Moore and Ross meet for the rebound, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession to UVA Wise.
Something also to mention with Lenoir-Rhyne putting the Cavs on the foul line, they got to take advantage of that every single time. Only down 6 right now. That's not bad at all. But they got to take advantage of that every single time they get on the foul line.
Van Zant gets it across half court. That's off of a couple fingers. Wait, gets possession. Now looking to push it. Little hesitation move. Contact, and they're going to call the offensive foul right there. Good job by Oliver getting in position and picking it up.
Yeah, it looked like Waite tripped there and just kind of fell into her. As we're going to see the replay. Yeah, looks like she might have stepped on her shoe and just fell into her, but yeah, that's going to get the call every time.
Wild possession leads to a turnover. More with it, and now Waite looking to push it up. Got odd numbers. Going to skip it over to the wing. Barefoot drives in, gets the foul, and gets the bucket right there.
Man, she's been looking quite aggressive in this game, not afraid to drive to the hoop. You love to see it.
Like you said, a nice little skip in there. Take the grab and still get the contact to go up and finish.
Yeah, great. Can make it a three-point play here.
Barefoot unable to get the free throw, but Moore, all by her lonesome, gets the rebound. Waite goes up, left is short. Moore again draws a foul in 2 shots. Moore's activity on the glass credits to this trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, they had Barefoot open on the wing all the way to the outside. That could have been a good look at a three-point shot, but Kennedy Waite decided to drive it in. Kiara Moore now on the free throw line.
4 points on the day for her. She's 2 of 4 from the field. Very active on the glass. Ashley Woodruff will check back into the game. More off to the left there.
You got to take advantage of those. Those are gimmies. I know they're not the easiest to make, but, you know, you just really got to focus on it, especially going 0 for 2.
But a miscommunication between Johnson and Van Zant leads to the ball staying with the Bears here. New shot clock as well. Nakia Hooks checks in.
Expect to get it to Carly Bearden or Nakia Hooks down inside the paint here.
I think we're going to get a conversation about the shot clock between the refs. Or
here's a quick replay. Kennedy Wade on a fast break, dishing it all the way out to the outside. A great move there and a great floater by Barefoot.
Inside, Wade now dribbling up top, Barefoot with it. Looking to make something happen. Waves Bearden through. Step back by Wade. Oh, that looked good from here. But Bearden with the rebound, turn around, left it short, and Hooks, big time rebound, goes up strong.
Able to put it down there. We saw Bearden with a rare miss, but Nakia Hooks able to get that rebound and put it down.
Van Zant killed her dribble. She's stuck, but Oliver comes to help out. 10-point lead now for the Bears. Under 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Johnson drives in, splits the defenders, and Stanley with the big-time rebound will get a foul on Hooks as she grabs Stanley trying to get the ball. That'll send Stanley to the free throw line.
I thought Stanley kind of used a little bit of an elbow there, but obviously the ref saw something a little bit different.
4 points on the day for Stanley, and the Cavaliers, I think they're going to go into the locker room and look at these free throw numbers and really realize they've left a lot of points out here.
Oh, both teams for sure. It's been a rough day from the free throw line. Oh, my goodness.
Both of those were off, but we're going to get a foul going the other way on Johnson. So Bearden will take it out underneath. 1:21 left to go here. Bears up 10, 44-34. Barefoot's going to dribble it up. Kind of work into an offensive set. Been running good on the offensive side. Bearden turns around, not wasting any motion. And Woodruff, tough rebound, but picks up her foot on the pass.
Oh, they had
a turnover.
They had a great setup there for Barefoot to come in and make an easy layup. Just can't pick up that foot.
Quick turnover. Cavaliers now going to try to break this pressure of the Bears. It's been giving them a little bit of trouble, but Oliver breaks through, kicks it to the corner, swings it to Van Zant. Looking inside. Johnson up top. Stanley makes her move and gets it to fall and one.
Yeah, you could see they were trying to set her up there, and they liked the matchup, and she was able to play bully ball there and get it in the bucket.
Missing her last two free throws at the line. Ada Stanley trying to cut this lead down just a little more and complete the three-point play.
Yeah, definitely have to get this free throw in, cutting the lead down to 7. It's crucial here for the Cavs not to put themselves in a bigger hole.
And Stanley knocks it down, a 7-point game. Barefoot, 50 seconds to go on the clock. Inside to Moore, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession will stay here with the Bears.
Yeah, I believe Kaylee Johnson got a hand on it there.
A little bit of confusion, kind of like early on in the quarter for the Bears. Woodruff will take it out underneath. Swings to the corner for Barefoot. She drives in. Tough take, little skip through. Can't get the roll.
Great looks for the Bears, just not able to get it down.
Oliver now up top. Van Zant driving inside, little step through. She can't get it to go either. Shot clock has been turned off. 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Barefoot with it now. Getting pressure by Wood.
You think they take the chance and hold it here to set up a play, and I believe that's what they're doing.
More inside to Bearden, and that's just too easy. Lovely play right there by the Bears.
Oh, a great play.
3 seconds. Van Zandt pulls up, just flings it up, and off the backboard, the Bears will take a 9-point lead into halftime here. So they're up 46-37. What did you like about the first half?
I see the Bears coming out and playing with a lot of energy that we haven't seen all season. You know, sometimes they've looked kind of dead and been able to rely on Madeline Hardy. Well, with her out, everybody has to play. Everybody has to step up and get ready for this conference tournament, and especially as Coach Cam Seeley is looking for who she trusts heading into the tournament. I think everybody's trying to show out right now. Everybody's trying to play as good as they possibly can and win out these next few games.
It's been very competitive in this first half. We'll take a short break and be back here with more stats, updates, and second half action on the Bear Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 position that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, LR holding a 9-point lead, 46-37 here at halftime. And as we show the highlights, Chris, what did you see in the first half?
You know, I saw two teams playing very, very competitive basketball, but it seemed like Lenoir-Rhyne has just had a couple more shots go down, and that's really all it's coming to right now. And UVA is having a lot of great looks, driving to the basket and doing what they're needing to do, but they're just not falling right now, and that could definitely change in the second half. And just to highlight a couple different players right now, Carly Bearden, 12 total points, 6 total rebounds. But on the UVA side, you know, everything's relatively even. You have 3 different players with 7 points, and their leading scorer right now only has 8. As when we get through these replays, we're going to do the head-to-head and see the top players from each team. But, you know, one thing I really want to highlight, AB, UVA-wise, 4 for 10 from the free throw line, only 40%. And it's really not even better on Lenoir-Rhyne's side, 1 for 5, only hitting 20%. If we see that later in the game, that could be a killer. So every time they get on the free throw line, you know you got to hit those shots. And I think that's something that both coaches really emphasized over halftime. And I wouldn't be shocked to see if that number goes up a little bit more.
And I think that plays a little bit into the fact of the pace of the game. We saw a pretty upbeat pace in the first half. Both teams taking their chances to run. And the Bears also with the little three-quarter court press, forcing the tempo of the Cavaliers to pick up. That caused some turnovers, but also it got some fouls. The Bears got in a little bit of foul trouble early on. They managed to stay out of it later on in the quarter and slowed down their fouling. But free throws have been a factor for both sides, and neither team has really shot them too great, and especially for UVA-wise. They've left a lot of points out there. Like you said, 4 for 10. This could be a lot closer of a game. And going down the half, in the second half, you got to believe that they're going to want to tighten that up because you can't leave free points out there, especially when you're losing. But the Bears, I mean, shooting. The shooting from this team. We've seen this team have just bad shooting days. They've played great defense and they just couldn't buy a bucket. Today, what have you seen that's really helped with the shooting?
I think just being a little bit more aggressive and just taking the opportunities, because we saw, I feel like I'm a broken record right now. Hannah McClung, she's just kind of, it seemed like she wasn't aggressive enough early in the season, but now I'm watching her drive in. I think the Carson Newman game, the 16 points, really boosted her confidence, and Coach Cam Seeley is saying, go after it, because she's taking three-point shots that we haven't seen. She's driving into the bucket and not dishing it out, and we just haven't seen that all year, and that's definitely another factor that Lenoir-Rhyne's needed, because Kennedy Waite and Carly Bearden can only pull so much of the weight, because without Madeline Hardy, that really, really hurt the team. And I think for these past about 6 or 7 games, they've been just trying to figure out who else is going to step up, who's going to take the shots, and who does Coach Seeley trust. And I think that's what it's going to come down to in the rest of this game, as well as the next 3.
And you see right now on the screen the head-to-head comparison. Kaylee Johnson, very balanced half for the UVA Wise Cavaliers. They had a lot of players on the board, but she stuck out with 3 of 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She knocked down a 3, got 2 assists as well as 2 rebounds. Carly Bearden also getting very active. The senior's been on a tear this back half of the season, 6 of 8 shooting, 2 assists and 6 rebounds. She's on pace for a solid double-double, something she's been getting a lot of in the second half of this season. Just a machine.
Absolutely. And another little bright spot for the Bears, Kiara Moore, 5 rebounds. Having that height down in the paint is something you really, really need. Nakia Hooks, she's also been hitting. She has 6 points total right now. She's been pretty good inside the paint. She got the start today, and she's taking advantage of it. I think 6 points is pretty good stats from her. As we're looking at some of the stats right now, 50% from UVA Wise from the field. Free throws, 40%. But each team has to get that up. 27.3 from the free three-point line, 16 total rebounds, or 6 offensive rebounds. And then turnovers are about even for each team, but I think it's really coming down. It's going to come down to free throws and the three-point line. 27% to 45% is a huge difference. Even with 2 or 3 shots, that's 6 points. If UVA Wise had 6 points right now, it'd be a lot closer game. So I'm definitely not counting the Cavaliers out.
The second half is going to be one very much entertaining, but you can see also by the pace of the game and the turnovers, both teams had their times when they were sloppy with the ball, but it wasn't really a sloppy first half. There would just be times when teams come down and the pace would be fast and there'd be a travel or there'd be just a miscommunication or something. And I think coming out in the second half, if the Bears can keep shooting like they were, 57% in the half. It's been a while since they've shot that good for a whole half. It seemed like everything they had was a good look and they were getting them to fall. They can do that again in the second half. They might put up a big number tonight.
Yeah, the second half is going to be really interesting because all I want to really see is consistency. Being in sports, that's all you want. I know for me, I want to be the most consistent person out there, and being a really consistent team is pretty dangerous coming into the tournament. So if they can put together another second half, that would be awesome. And just carrying it into the next few games, I just want to see them play like this every single time they get out there. And that's really what everybody needs, but can you do it? And that's really what it comes down to.
Bears have a season-high points this year of 84. Right now, they're on pace to break that, or they're right under it. They're right under that pace, or they're at 92 points. My math's a little off. It's been a couple years since I took the class, but finally got it down. They're on pace for 92 points. So this is on pace for one of their best scoring performances of the season. The Bears are looking good offensively. It looks like the wrinkle in the starting lineup has helped with Nakia Hooks coming in. She provided a little bit of different energy. And then off the bench, they had shot making from Tatum McBride, Lainey Fox, Blair Barefoot, Alyssa Wagner. It seemed like everybody came in and had an impact on this game. It's been a while since the Bears have had a performance like this, but it's got to feel good to do it for a half. What will it take for them to do it again?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they just need to be consistent, and I think that's what UVA Wise is doing a pretty good job of. You know, Kaylee Johnson, 8 points, Stanley, Ross, and Vanzit with all of them have 7 points, and I just see consistency across the board, and that wins games.
Wise will get it started off as Vanzit gets it into Ross. We're underway here in the second half. 9-point lead for the Bears. Going to get a little set on the left side of the court. Vanzit coming around. Johnson up top. Spin move, falling, but gets it to Ross. Drives inside. Tough take, and they're going to call the charge. Kia Hooks steps up and gets the big-time call to start off the second half.
Yeah, we saw playing man defense, not zone anymore, and that's definitely a little bit of a change-up. I don't know if the Cavs were quite ready for that. Excuse me. It just seemed like they just suffocated them on that possession.
Wise will counter with their own little 3-2 zone. Wait from the corner, unable to get it to fall. Bearden tips it around, and Wait picks it up. McClung, another three, and this time it's bottoms.
Absolutely. I'm saying it. I feel like a broken record. She is up to 8 points now, shooting with confidence.
Bears team playing fast. Woodruff barely misses on the steal, swings it inside to Johnson, back out to Ross. Van Zant takes the baseline, pulls up, left it short, but they're going to call the foul on the Hooks. Got to give the shooter landing space.
Yeah, Van Zant had a lot of space on that. I'm surprised they didn't get it to her a little bit earlier, and I wanted to see her pull that three right there. But, you know, she decided to drive it in and just didn't have enough. But she's heading to the free throw line where they need these points.
And you talked about it earlier. Jamie Klusman, the coach for the Cavaliers, she was very, very at her team about playing defense. And right now you can just see the frustration, just trying to get her team to play hard.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's for any coach. If you're not shooting that well from the free throw line, those are gimme points. And any coach has the right to be mad about that.
Van Zant knocks two down right there. Bearden unable to get it to go. Now Ross looking to pick it up, trying to go on another run here. Little in and out move, drives to the rim, gets the foul. Tough take and a nice move by Ross up top will take her back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hannah McClung had about nowhere to go on that. As it's going to send Ross to the free throw line. Once again, already a minute, not even a minute and a half in, and Lenoir-Rhyne already has 2 fouls. And the Cavs have put up 3 points. They were down 12, only down 9 now. They just can't keep up this pace fouling.
Fouls will be a problem. Bears have to keep their hands inside, especially if the Cavaliers are going to knock down free throws, but they missed one right there.
Might be announcer's curse right there.
Woodruff swings it around, gets it back in the corner, steps in for the short jumper. Unable to get it to go. And that one off Bearden out of bounds. I like the look from Woodruff. I know she missed badly, but she has to take that shot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Lenoir-Rhyne's been doing a pretty good job at creating their own space. And if you have space like that, take the shot. And they've been a lot less shy about that, about taking those types of shots.
Johnson pulls up over Bearden, and what a touch right there. 42-49, 7-point lead for the Bears. Wait with it on the wing, drives inside, and it's poked out, but a foul will be called on Ross. Looked like I saw a slight grab of the elbow.
Yeah, the Cavaliers fans not quite happy with that call.
That's a big call. That's the 4th foul on Ross. Caitlin Ross will have to go sit down. I mean, this team doesn't go very deep into the roster, so having one player with 4 fouls puts a lot of strain on them. Woodruff now with it at the free throw line, gets it, and that one is blocked.
Wow, a great block by Johnson.
A foul will be called. They're going to call the foul on Johnson, sending Ashley Woodruff to the free throw line here. Bears up 7. Just a little over 2 minutes, into this third quarter.
Yeah, 4 different players on the Cavs team with 2 fouls or over two fouls now. That could be dangerous as we're only 8 minutes into this third quarter. What's it going to be like in the last couple minutes of the fourth when they need to have the fouls?
Woodruff knocks down the first one and then knocks down the second one. High arcing shot, but gets it to fall. 51-42. Wood with it in the middle. She breaks the pressure. Johnson now with it up top. Trying to look inside. They're going to swing it around to Van Zant. Oliver. Wood shuffled the feet, and good defensive possession by the Bears. Just not allowing any space.
Absolutely. You could just see that there wasn't anywhere to go, and that's just the Lenoir-Rhyne defense being suffocating.
McClung now dribbling it up. The Bears trying to take control of this game. Waite with it on the wing, swings it back. Woodruff trying to get inside, but a skip past the Waite for 3. She's feeling it today. What a pass and what a shot.
Yeah, that is her. That's her 5th 3-point attempt. It's only her second one to go, though.
Shuffle of the feet again by Van Zant. The Bears will get possession back. A 12-point game here, in danger of really opening up this gap. They're trying to find a flow for the second half.
You can see Kiara Moore down in the paint. Expected to go to Carly Bearden or Moore here.
McClung swings it over. Tough pass to handle, and now Oliver with it out of the pack. And a beautiful job of getting her hands in there as Kennedy Waite to get the jump ball. Possession will go to the Bears.
Yeah, you can see this Bears team, they're just kind of excited. You're seeing a lot more smiles now than you did probably two or 3 weeks ago. They're just having fun playing basketball, and you love to see that from a team, especially heading down into these last couple games.
Woodruff with it on the wing, jab step, and a nice drive through, gets it to fall. That's too easy. Van Zant now gets it in. The Bears up to 14, their largest lead of the game. Oliver swings it around, tries to step through. It's deflected. Moore saves it. Waite going up, gets it to go. That's a tough bucket.
Absolutely suffocating defense on the Bears side, and an easy fast break layup for Waite.
Oliver now dribbling through, gets into the high post to Stanley. She takes a couple dribbles, tries to bounce the pass in, and Kiara Moore has been all over the place the last couple of minutes, just getting her hands all over everything as we get a replay.
Yeah, just suffocating right there, passing it out to Waite. And not as easy as a layup as I thought it was. She really had to fight for that one.
Especially going up with the left hand for the right-handed shooter. But the Bears' miscommunication on that one leaves the back door open and a bucket for the Cavaliers. We'll keep it here during this break. But, Chris, so far in the second half, what have you seen the Bears do really well as they've extended this lead to their largest of the game?
I thought they were playing pretty aggressive defense in the first half. But, they really came out in the second half. Coach Seeley maybe got into them a little bit more or changed up their game plan. But, it just seems like they're going after it a little bit more. It's fun to see. And then UVA Wise, it looks like they weren't ready for it.
I think another aspect of it is for Wise, they've only played 6 players so far in this game. I'm seeing a little bit of tired legs and some tired decisions being made. They're not following through on their passes. They're leaving teammates out to dry. It's really stagnant on the offensive side. I think the Bears have done a good job of making everything have to move around. As we look at the stats, Kennedy Waite up to 10 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 2 of 6 from the three-point land, 4 assists. She's really helping moving the ball around. Kaylee Johnson, 5 of 10, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 1 of 3 from the field, from three-point land. She's got to get some help.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Kennedy Waite with now 10 points, Carly Bearden with 12. And from both teams, we're seeing the free throw percentage. It went from UVA Wise only had, they're now shooting 50%. And the Bears now shooting about 43% now.
Come out of the timeout. Bears take it out underneath. A little bit of pressure. And Woodruff will get it. Swings it around to Moore. Woodruff with it. Gets it over to Bearden on a deflection. Skip pass to McClung. She pulls. Rattles around and can't get it to fall. It's a good look right there.
Just not forgiving for the rim.
Oliver from deep. She's took a couple of those so far. If she can get one to fall, that might change this game. But Bears looking to push now. McClung with it on the wing. Gets a screen. Looks inside to Bearden. A little off on the pass, so Wood. She's looking to run. Van Zant with it. Steps through. Can't get it to go. Bears with the rebound. Wait with it on the wing. Woodruff. Tough catch. Bearden. Buckets.
Great shot from, we call it her spot, but she rarely misses from there. Up to 14 points now for Bearden, and opening up the lead to 16.
60-44. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Cavaliers swing it around. Inside to Wood. What a pass going up. Gets the contact from Bearden, and that'll send her to the line.
That was a close call for the ref. I don't know if I would have necessarily called that, but going over the back like Bearden tried to do, that's probably a 50-50 ball right there. Sending Nia Vancett to the line.
Lainey Fox, Blair Barefoot, and Alyssa Wagner all checking into the game, getting their first taste of second half action here for the Bears. First free throw is up, and it's not good.
You mentioned a lot of different subs coming in for the Bears, and UVA-wise, we've only seen 6 players in for them, and the bench points for LR, 17 compared to 5. And, that we really don't think about it, but, they are a little bit fresher, and they're coming in, and they can play a little bit harder as we're heading into the media timeout.
We'll be back here on the Bear Sports Network, up 60-44.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. Bears up to their largest lead of the game now, 60-44. It's been a heck of a third quarter here, just kind of turning up the intensity on the defensive side, forcing a lot more turnovers.
Yeah, you can see the Bears really just turning up the, like you said, turning up the intensity, really going after the ball, and it's just more suffocating for this UVA team, who is a little bit tired. And you could see it's really starting to hit them, starting to get into the third quarter.
Free throw is missed by Wood, and then Van Zant coming across and deflecting the pass out of bounds. Bears looking to get back into action. We've got Fox, Waite, Barefoot, Bearden, and Wagner on the floor for the Bears.
Yeah, I would expect a couple threes here with Fox and Waite, some of their better three-point shooters, and also Carly Bearden.
Fox gets a look. You called for it. Can't get it to fall. A little strong rebound out for Oliver. She pushes it up the court. Wood drives in, slows it down a little bit, and swings around to Johnson. Inside to Stanley. Tough move, and she'll get the call.
Yeah, the call looked a little bit late there, but if you're going to slap the wrist, it's going to get called no matter what.
Ada Stanley going to the free throw line. Pretty active day for her. See if she can get some easy points and chip away at this lead. She gets the first one to fall.
There's about 15 minutes left in this game, and I know it's a 15-point deficit, but they can come back. You know, they've been playing very hard as she sinks the last free throw, cutting the lead down to 14. You know, and they're starting to put on the defense a little bit.
Fox, another open look from three. Gets this one to fall. Pass coming from Kennedy Waite.
Yeah, she had a good look on the last possession. Didn't get it to go down, but this time, straight down.
I saw her taking that shot out of the locker room at halftime, and she knocked it down about 5 times in a row, so that's her spot. Now, Van Zant moving around, looking to answer with a three of her own, and that's how you do it if you're the Cavaliers. Big-time answer.
Yeah, those shots just really haven't gone down for them. That's only her third attempt, but she's 2 for 3 right now as we see an easy bucket by Wagner.
Alyssa Wagner, the pace is picking up in this game. Kennedy Waite went for the steal, unable to get it. Oliver now trying to gather the team, get another bucket in here. Van Zant with it, looking to attack, steps through, gets it deflected out of bounds. Looked like a little bit of a lunge there, kind of took off earlier than she expected.
Yeah, she had the ball really, really low, and that's going to get blocked. You got to have that ball kind of higher by your head, ready for the shot.
Van Zant with it in the corner, closed out on by Fox. Johnson drives in over Bearden, can't get the roll, and a tough rebound by Fox. Now she dribbles it out, looking up the court. Hands it off to Barefoot.
She's also been playing pretty aggressive. I know the numbers don't say it, but she's been driving in and dishing it out.
Bearden with it. Free throw line jumper. Money.
Nasty.
18-point lead for the Bears
range.
now. Wood goes, doesn't see behind. Bearden saves it after the poke from Waite. Wagner dribbling inside, kicks it out the Waite for three. Can't get it to go. Stanley with the rebound.
You know, if you're shooting with that confidence, go ahead and take that shot. You know, we know she can make them, so I don't see a problem in her taking that shot at all.
Van Zant sends it inside to Stanley. Stanley gets the ball, and somehow that falls. Kind of a crazy play right there.
Yeah, I don't know whose hand that went off of. It might have been an LR player.
Wagner swings it. Fox up top, driving in to Barefoot. Good movement by the Bears. Shot from the corner. Wagner can't get it to go. Look ahead. Wood gathers it, controls, and knocks it down with the right hand.
Good ball movement on the fast break there.
Timeout called by Coach Seeley. I think she saw some tired legs and faces out there. We're going to take the break with them. 1:49 left to go here. The Bears are up 67-53. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bears Sports Network, the pace is picked up. It's been good action going on here in the third quarter, and the Bears hold a 14-point lead.
Yeah, as we've seen from the Bears, Lainey Fox heating up. She's had 2 really good looks at threes, only hitting 1. Kennedy Waite starting to feel herself, shooting deep from 3. And then Carly Bearden, I think 6 points in this quarter.
Waite now pulling it up top. Bears doing a good job offensively. I think playing at their pace, something you talked about early on in this game. Waite now trying to set the play. Going to get the screen from Fox. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Drives in, turns. Bearden gets it up at the buzzer, left it short. A possession that looked like it started out good. I think they took too long to get going.
Yeah, it looked like Kennedy Waite was going to drive it in there, but she turned back out looking to dish it out, and I don't think she saw what she liked. And, of course, like, give it to Carly Bearden. She'll do something with it.
Good deflection right there by Kennedy Waite. Bears just giving a lot of trouble in this 2-2-1 three-quarter press they're giving. Fox swats that one out of bounds.
You can tell the defense is just ramped up since halftime. Both teams are playing a lot closer. We saw UVA Wise kind of put the pressure on LR a little bit too.
Van Zant now kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson drives in. Oliver can't get anything but kicks it to Stanley. Stanley goes up over Bearden. Can't get to go, and Fox snatches down another rebound. Now looking to run. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. All the way is Fox. Going to get called on the charge. It's a little bit out of control. Good job by Johnson to slide in there at the last second.
Yeah, I like the look by Fox, but she definitely had some more players open on the three-point line. I think there was a gaggle of about 4 Cavaliers down inside the paint.
First foul on Lainey Fox, and that'll lead to the Cavaliers setting up on the offensive side here.
Katrina Wood down near the paint.
Oliver finally gets one to fall from deep. That'll turn off the shot clock. Bears trying to get it over now. Under 20 seconds to go here in the quarter. Bearden gets it across. Fox with it now. Looks at the shot but pulls it back out. Barefoot up top. 10 seconds to go. Bears got to get going. They got to get going. Crossover, Barefoot. Wait, steps through. Can't get it to go. It's a good look for a kind of possession that got lost on them late. But the Bears, they hold an 11-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We're going to take a short break and be back with some more stats. Anthony Brown back here with Chris Rickenbaugh on the Bear Sports Network. The Bears are up 67-56, an 11-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Very, very competitive game. Chris, what numbers were you seeing in that third quarter?
You know, I saw Carly Bearden starting to heat up, now up to 16 points, getting closer to that double-double. And then Kennedy Waite feeling herself taking more deeper threes than we've seen her take all game. Carly Johnson up to 12 points on the UVA side. Ada Stanley up to 11, dominating inside the paint. And inside the paint, mentioning, you know, UVA Wise is 30 to LR's 24, so they are dominating the paint.
That one is blocked by Wagner, but a rebound by Stanley. Wood unable to get to fall. And then the Bears come out of the pack with it. Now Waite on the wing. Looking to slow it up a little bit and get an offense set up. Barefoot with it. She's going to come off a screen from Bearden, but she's jumped by Wood. Gets the foul. Good. I like that right there. That action off the screen by the Cavaliers kind of icing the dribbler.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different of a defense than they've been running, catching Lenoir-Rhyne off guard a little bit.
Alyssa Wagner with it now. Drives in, kicks it out to Moore. Moore swings it over the Bearden, and that's just too easy. Carly Bearden knocks it down.
Yeah, she just lethal from everywhere. What can't you say about Carly Bearden?
Cavaliers get it across, and the foul called on Blair Barefoot as she runs into the back of Hannah Oliver. Caitlin Ross will come back into the game. It's been a while since we've seen her, but she's playing with 4 fouls, so if you're the Bears, you might want to attack the freshman out of Kingston, Tennessee. Ross with it up top. Bears sitting in a 2-3 zone. Ross trying to drive the gaps, and Barefoot getting her hand in on it, and they're going to call the jump ball.
On the UVA side, I think for Lenoir-Rhyne, they could really key on who their shooters are because they're Kaylee Johnson and Nia Vanzit, they've taken the majority of the shots, but they've only hit 4 and 5 of them. So if you can suffocate them a little bit more, a little bit closer defense, that can make them uncomfortable and have to force the ball out to people who aren't shooters.
Moore shuffles the feet, and that'll be a turnover. Ball going back to the Cavaliers. Just seems like the Cavaliers are doing a good job of not letting this one really get out of hand. They're just kind of staying in that range where they're a couple shots away from making this interesting.
Well, I'm looking at the stats here. Hannah Oliver, 2 for 7 from the three-point line. If she's taking that many shots, she's definitely comfortable with hitting those. And if just think 2 or 3 more, this would be a lot closer of a game.
Good look underneath, but Haley Johnson unable to get the fall, then commits the foul. That'll be her second of the game. One of the few Cavaliers not really in foul trouble. The Bears take it out. Bearden gets it over the trap, and now Wagner pushing it up the floor. Has a lane, takes the contact, and gets it to drop.
I was really expecting her to dish it out right there, but props to her for taking it in, trying to draw the foul, but she's going to head to the free throw line to try and make it a three-point play.
Big time play right there as that one will foul out Caitlin Ross. Just struggle of a game for her. Can't catch a flow, a lot of fouls. And Alyssa Wagner, can't say enough, just catching it full head of steam, getting down the court. 6 points on the day, 3 of 4 of shooting, and this is her first trip to the free throw line. Misses it, but Kiara Moore gets the rebound. 71-56 here. We're going to get a replay.
As we're looking at a replay, you know the drive in. I was expecting her to dish it out to the three-point line, but drives it in there, gets the shot, heads to the line for the traditional three-point.
17 seconds on the shot clock now for the Bears. Wagner with it up top. Swings it over to Moore, who gets it in the Bearden, but a good job by Johnson coming over top. They're going to call her for the back arm on a hold. That's now her 4th foul. She's in danger of fouling out as well for a team that's low on the roster of who they're going to roll out there to play.
Yeah, UVA Wise now 16 total fouls compared to Lenoir-Rhyne's 9. That's just way too many, and especially with the amount of players they're playing, that's not good for them. You aren't going to be able to play good basketball with that. You aren't going to be able to play loose because you're going to be thinking about the fouls.
Well, the Bears now holding a 15-point lead on the defensive side. Johnson with it on the wing, kicks it into Stanley, who kicks it back to Oliver. Van Zant looking around, steps through to Wood. His defense giving up Zill space, but Stanley finds a gap, can't get the shot to fall, and Moore secures the rebound.
Yeah, great rebound by Kiara Moore. That is her, I believe, 7th rebound of the day.
Wagner almost has it poked away by Van Zant. Barefoot now with it up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bears got to get going. Moore inside. Bearden running. Jumper off the glass. Good bucket right there by the Bears. Up to 17 now is the lead. Oliver on the wing. Johnson up top. Drives through. Barefoot with the steal, and now the Bears looking to push. Wait. Goes. Stops. Looks for more. Nice bucket. Good catch by Moore, and then a great finish.
Yeah, I thought Waite was going to take it up there, but she decided against it and was able to dish it out to Kiara Moore.
Another steal. This time Bearden, the active hands all over on the defensive side. Barefoot brings it up the court.
Yeah, Carly Bearden up to 20 points now, and she's looking very close to a double-double.
Barefoot comes off a screen. Bearden gets the dribble, pulls up. Money.
Wow. It just seems like she's unstoppable.
And now the Bears have just completely taken over this game. 21-point lead. Oliver from deep. Can't get it to go. Wood tries to keep it alive. But Moore gets it to Barefoot. Now to Waite on the wing. Waite dribbling around. Kicks it to Bearden. Drives baseline. Scoop shot.
Wow.
Carly Bearden, I mean, we don't see that too often, but she's taken over. Van Zant trying to come down the floor. It's knocked all over the place, and we're going to get a foul call on Alyssa Wagner. It'll stay here.
I want to talk about Carly Bearden for a second. Senior year, heading into her final SAC conference tournament here in a couple of weeks. She's just playing her tail off right now, and you can see it. She's putting the backpack on, saying, give me the ball. I want the points. I'm going to go for that rebound. She's not leaving anything out on the court.
Addison DeLucas checks into the game for the first time for the Bears, as well as Nakia Hooks back in. Good catch by Oliver. They're swinging around. The Cavaliers do. Van Zant for three, and that one's way off. DeLucas gets the rebound.
Coach Klusman looking for a call on the three-point line against Van Zant, but she's not going to get it.
Fox and McBride also check into the game now. So we got Barefoot, Fox, McBride, DeLucas, and Hooks. 5 on the floor for the Bears. 23-point lead. 5:20 to go here. Fox with it now as they're breaking the pressure. Looking to push. Kicks it over to McBride. Pump fake. Drives inside. DeLucas. Tough runner. Left it short. Hooks goes and gets the rebound, but it'll go out of, or we'll call a foul here.
Yeah, we haven't seen DeLucas in the game today, but a few weeks ago against Carson Newman, she had 13 points. She can definitely put points on the board, and that's pretty good for Coach Seeley, just having a couple different weapons that you can throw in there. We see Nakia Hooks get that free throw. Like, you can put Lainey Fox in there. You can put DeLucas in there if somebody's having a bad day. You have Blairfoot coming off the bench. Now Tatum McBride is getting a couple more minutes. There's just opportunities and options for her.
Hooks can't get the second one to fall, but 80 points here with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. You got to believe the Bears are going to have a new season high on points. Stanley gets it inside. She drives in, and a tough bucket over Hooks.
Yeah, you said it, AB. Tough bucket, and she's been getting those all day, as she's shooting 5 for 7.
Barefoot now with it up top. Going to come off a screen from Fox. Rolls to the basket, doesn't get it. Hooks with it up top, drives in. Unable to get to go, but a strong rebound right there by number 15, Alyssa Padilla. Nice little step back by Oliver. Can't get it to go. DeLucas with the rebound. Moves it up to Barefoot inside the Hooks. Pump fakes. Steps through, but that's a travel.
Yeah, great vision by Barefoot to get it to Nakia Hooks. Just took a little bit too long to get it to her. And as we're heading into a timeout, we will be right back here on the Bear Sports Network.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Back here on the Bears Sports Network, and the Bears have really taken control of this game, 80-58. Now the score, just an offensive explosion for the Bears as they're 4 points shy of a new season high. Carly Bearden leading the way, 22 points, 11 of 14 from the field. She's had time to get 2 assists and 9 rebounds. She's 1 away from a double-double, but her night might be over. Kaylee Johnson, she's put a heck of a performance on for the other side, but the shots just haven't been dropping for her in the second half. Got to get some help.
Yeah, one of their better scorers, Caitlin Ross, fouls out of the game. That's huge for this Cavaliers team, and it just hurts. And now we're seeing a couple different players like Michaela Richards and Alyssa Padilla come in for the Cavs, see what they can do here, prove themselves in this last few minutes of the game.
Oliver gets stuck in the corner. She swings it around to Stanley, drives in, back to Oliver. Richards up top from deep, can't get it to go, but the rebound. Adela gets the and one.
Yeah, she's only been in the game for about 2 minutes here, but going to the line, trying to prove herself to this team that she can come in and take minutes and put points on the board.
Number 11, Michaela Dixon for the Bears has checked in as well.
You know,
missed shot, but the rebound by Van Zant and a bucket. Barefoot with it, and she pushes it up the court. DeLucas, baseline, swings it back to Fox, and the Bears are going to look like they're going to slow it down now.
The Bears have really turned it up in the paint. You know, they were getting outscored by about 12 points earlier or heading into the half, and now they've come back, and they're beating them in the paint. It's 34-34 in the paint, and that's just hats off to the Bears for being able to see different openings and finding different players inside.
Foul on Richards will send Fox to the free throw line. She misses the first one.
Both teams not shooting very well from the free throw line today. You definitely can see a lot of free throws coming up in the next few practices for both teams.
Fox knocks down the second one, 81 points for the Bears. Dribbled off the foot of Stanley. DeLucas gets out of the crowd, pushes up to McBride. What a catch, and unable to get the finish to go.
Yeah, it didn't look like she really had time to set up or anything, just had to throw it up and hope for the best.
DeLucas coming back door and swats that one away. 2:48 to go here in the game. The Bears with a commanding 19-point lead.
Michaela Dixon also in for the Bears.
Van Zant stepping through, but gets the foul after her missed shot and gets the rebound. Will step to the line. Numbers haven't been up for her like they were in the first time around against the Bears, but Van Zant, she's had a heck of a performance today. Just the shots haven't fallen.
Yeah, 12 points, heading back to the line now. You know, she's 13 points as she makes this free throw. You know, she's been doing a pretty good job, only hitting 4 for 11 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, and now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. You know, she's been doing about as much as she could do, and just because this Bears defense has been smothering.
A lot of turnovers by both teams, and we've got a situation. Looks like we're going to have a fan removed. Hate to see that in an environment like this. Everybody cares, and just want to make sure we get out of here, no problems, but
yeah, you hate to see that as
second free throw's missed. Dixon gets the rebound, kicks it up to Barefoot. Barefoot running now. DeLucas with it on the baseline. Goes up, has it blocked. They're going to call the charge on DeLucas. 2.5 minutes to go here. 81-63. Hooks will come in for Fox.
And Nakia Hooks checking back in for the Bears. She's had a pretty good day. 7 points, 3 for 6 from the field, and 1 free throw, but only 1 rebound. And I think that's where she needs to step up a little bit. You know, she's playing pretty good, but if you're playing down inside the paint, you got to get a couple more rebounds.
Stanley right there had a little too much space, lost her balance. Dixon struggling to get it in. Gets it in, but there's going to be a foul call.
There's been a lot of fouls from both teams here, you know, coming into that media timeout. Lenoir-Rhyne, or actually they're about even.
Bears have been fouled 17 times, and the Cavaliers have been fouled 14 times. Like you said, just a lot of reaching going on later on in this game, especially in this fourth quarter. Got to believe both coaches, when they go look at the film, they're going to want to clean some of that up because you can't afford to have that, especially for the Cavaliers. Just a rough day with some of the fouls, especially throwing off the minutes and the flow for some of their players.
Yeah, turnovers have been a big problem for both sides. And Lenoir-Rhyne especially, even though they have this 20-point lead, 30 turnovers, that cannot be a good thing.
And Van Zant, big-time rebound and tough finish. She'll take that and one to the free throw line. She's going to fight hard all the way to the end. 2:09 to go here. She doesn't care what the score is. Keeps playing as another bucket goes through for her. She goes to the free throw line.
That's what you got to do as a player in these certain times, you know. Obviously the score doesn't look good, but, you know, what else can I do to improve my game? What can I figure out for the next game? Can I get my confidence up? Can I take a couple more shots? Can I get some rebounds? Maybe even dish it out to the three-point line. What can I do for my team?
Shot clock set to 20 for the Cavaliers. Inside the Stanley, she makes her move, goes up, and gets the soft touch.
Man, she has had some tough buckets today. 15 total now, and hard-earned every single one.
DeLucas unable to connect with Hooks there. Throws it away in a 16-point game. 1:52 to go.
Yeah, just a couple errant passes by DeLucas. As we see a deep three. Oh, my goodness. Hannah Oliver, she's been shooting quite a bit all day. That's her 9th three, but only her 3rd hit. You think if she could have drained a couple more of those, what could the score be? You know, they've got it down to 13, and it was just 20 about a minute and a half ago.
Yes,
you know,
about a minute and a half ago, like you said, this game looked over. It looked like both teams had cleared the bench, and it was kind of time to, you know, just go through the motions of the final game. But some fouls and big-time buckets and rebounds. Van Zant, you got to love the effort she's given here. Her final stat line is going to look pretty impressive. She's played hard today. Oliver finally gets another 3 to go, like you said, from deep. And we got a 13-point game. Bears got to clean it up here if they want to finish out this last 145.
You know, Oliver shooting those deep threes. You wonder if they got a little bit closer to that line. I know there's more space farther out, but, you know, if they scooted up a little bit more, could they have a better shot? And could they get a couple more to go down?
Foul called on Oliver. McBride will go to the free throw line now. See the pressure picking up. The Cavaliers, they haven't given up on this game. A lot of fight. Two teams, as we said, coming into this even in the record books. Both of them coming in at 9-15 and 7-11 in the conference. So just trying to make sure that you end up one game better than your opponent. McBride steps up, knocks it down, make it a 14-point game.
Yeah, both teams in about the same situation. I think LR's got a little bit more resources, as we see from their bench. Just, what kind of options do the Bears have? Who can they put in there, and who can get on a run, who can hit shots? And that's what we've seen from Lenoir-Rhyne with all of those subs that they put in.
Hooks gets the big-time rebound. A foul called on Hannah Oliver. That'd be her third to send Hooks to the free throw line. 1:20 to go here. And I think that's what you want if you're Coach Seeley after the timeout, the three, get to a 13-point game, and you kind of resettle your team and let them know, hey, we got something to finish.
Yeah, putting them on the free throw line isn't a bad thing. They haven't been great today, so get them a couple more reps as we see another one right off the rim. You got to sink these. These are huge difference makers in the game, especially heading into the tournament. I'm glad they're having these problems right now, but what's that going to be like if this is happening 3 games from now?
Richards unable to get the feet set, even though she drained a deep three. Leading to a travel, 1:13 to go here. Still full court pressure by the Cavaliers. See if the Bears will see this one out. Hooks has that one poked out by Stanley.
The lead 16 points, you figured they would just kind of play it out, but the Cavs just tough defense, man. Wow.
Barefoot goes and gets it in the backcourt. 5 seconds to get it across, and she does. DeLucas with it on the wing. Bears now running a little bit of offense. Nice backdoor cut. McBride comes off a good screen, but they're going to call it an illegal screen by Dixon. It's a tough call right there.
Yeah, it looked like a really good move. Barefoot had a lot of room on the three-point line. I'm surprised they didn't dish it back out to her.
Outside to Richards. She just hit the last one. Air balls on this one. Good box out by McBride. 12-second difference on the shot clock. And DeLucas caught a little off guard right there. Traveled. 7-second difference on the shot clock. 37 seconds to go here. And we're almost home for our Bears. And in the midst of all the free throws, we didn't even get to notice that they have a new season high in points this season. With the 86 points, most they've scored all year. Kind of shows to the offensive performance they had, especially in that first half. 28 seconds to go here.
Yeah, the Bears just came out swinging today. They had a lot of energy in the first half and just putting down shots that we see them kind of struggle with sometimes. And then Carly Bearden hitting 24 points, doing everything she can for her team, as I believe they're going to dribble it out here. The Bears are going to get a 16-point victory over the UVA-wise Cavaliers, putting them 1 game ahead of them in the conference.
And you talked about that final score here, 86-70. Bears will take the win, moving them to 10-15, 8-11 in the conference. For the Cavaliers, they fall to 9-16, 7-11 in the conference. Bears end the 3-game losing skid. Big-time win before they head on the road at Newberry. Like we said, offensive game for them. The highlights are running. You'll see a lot of Bears all over the place. They were shooting lights out early on, and then they rode that power, got some fouls, got to the free throw line, really got it going, and it was just too much.
Yeah, I'll tell you some things that I like today. I loved Hannah McClung shooting that ball. I've said it all game. I've said it a couple games before. She's created the space for herself. She's a great player, very dynamic. It's just go to the basket, shoot the ball, and we see what she's doing that now. She's putting points on this. She's putting points on the board, and she's starting to be a problem now for these other teams. Distracting it away from Carly Bearden and Kennedy Waite on the three-point line. It's almost like she can do whatever she needs to do. As we're getting the final stats in, I think Turnovers were a big problem for both teams today. LR still gets the win, but 30 turnovers. Carly Bearden, as I said, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double. Kennedy Waite, 10 points, only 2 threes. She shot it 8 times, though, from behind the line. Blair Barefoot, 7 points. Lainey Fox, 7 points. Nakia Hooks, 8. Hannah McClung, 8. Heading over to UVA Wise, Nia Vanzant had a pretty good day doing everything she could against that really tough Bears defense. She had 17 points and 6 rebounds. Kaylee Johnson, 12 points. Ada Stanley, 15 points and 9 rebounds. We said it during the game. They didn't play that bad. They played pretty good. They just didn't get a couple shots to go down, which would have made the game a lot closer.
You talked about it early on. Coach Klusman for the Cavaliers wanted her team to play defense. They weren't able to stop the Bears. You see the final stats. UVA Wise, 46% from the field, 45% from the free throw line, 28.8% from three-point land, 33 total rebounds, 13 of them offensive, 20 turnovers is a killer for the Bears. 58.7% from the field, 55% from the free throw line, 42.1% from three. Big-time performance there. 39 total rebounds, 11 offensive, and they got to cut down 19 turnovers for them. Wasn't the cleanest of games for the Bears, but they move on as they get ready for Newberry. And they get one win, they end the losing skid. Good performance here. We'll prepare for the men as they go on the court and warm up. See in about 20 minutes or so